Hi, my name is Jill Romanelli, and I'm a wedding planner in Florence, Italy. I'm originally from the States, as you can hear. My dad was in the military, so it's kind of complicated when people ask me where I'm from. This is actually me and my dad as a kid, um, just to show you where I come from. Um, but I say Oklahoma because that's the last place I lived in the States before moving to Italy, to which I've been for 24 years. So today on Inside of the Venue, we're going to look at Villa Pazzi al Parugiano, which is in the neighboring town to Florence of Prato. It is a stunning venue with great outdoor spaces. One of the reasons I recommend it is for its elevated and luxurious Plan Bs. There are just so many that you don't know which space to pick. I like that kind of option. And they have some rooming on site, and then next door at their sister company, they have a hotel, which is beautiful. So just have a look around and then we'll get right into the pricing. Let's look at the base pricing. I mean, what do you actually need for your wedding day? Of course, you need to rent the venue. So full buyout for just the villa is 18,000 euros, more or less, during high season. And catering for 80 guests, I would estimate at a minimum of 220 euros per person. That would be going with one of the more popular catering, maybe one of the more established ones that always do a great job and are familiar with the venue. Okay, so then the second tier of the budget would be the necessities that I believe you need for your day, things you can't go without. One are florals, and I estimate that between 7,000 and 10,000 euros. So that would include, of course, the bridal flowers, the buttonholes, the archway, or whatever kind of floral installation you want to have for your wedding. And that would also include the table decorations. Plates, napkins, and silverware would all be included in the cost of the catering. Also with tables, chairs, things like that. As you can also see in this table, lighting and AV is really important. A lot of these places are not set up for audio systems or lighting systems. Villa Pazzi al Parugiano has some basic lighting, but you'll need lighting for the DJ set. You'll need audio for the speeches. You'll need audio for the ceremony. So normally that goes at around 8,000 euros. This could also include a dance floor if that's what you're looking for, and lighting over the tables during the dinner, and some uplighting, because uplighting or architectural lighting can be really fun to highlight some of the venue's really cool spaces. And in my opinion, entry level photography is around 5,500 euros if you go with a local photographer, and the same for a videographer. Videographer may be a little bit more expensive, but I would budget no less than 12,000 euros for photography and video. And then you have hair and makeup. So I would estimate around 1,000 to 1,500 to have an on-site hair and makeup for the bride and maybe one bridesmaid. Normally, bridesmaids can run from 80 euros to 150 euros per bridesmaid after the hair and makeup have covered their base cost, which is normally around 1,500 euro. Transportation at this venue, as I mentioned before, is the minimum. And then, of course, you need a wedding planner. So my services for the day are 5,000 euros. What that includes is all of the work leading up to that day. So all of the planning, vendor referrals, if you want to use the vendors I've worked with. I look over all your contracts, and then I am your advocate here in Italy, who knows how the rules work, and making sure you get the best for your very special day. I also included underneath my costs some miscellaneous costs, which could be stationery, cake, which cake is also included by the catering, unless you want something special, and little tiny extras like dancing cannolis, as you can see here, or even a mozzarella man, or whatever you think of, whatever you've looked at on Pinterest and you think, hey, Jill, I want to do this. Listen, I'm here for it. I've had mariachi bands, I've rented donkeys, whatever you're here to do, and it's legal, of course, I'm down. I'm Jill Romanelli. Let's talk. Ciao.